you want to have fun while also getting the most amount of wins in the weekend league? That is the formation and custom tactics I'm bringing you in today's video. It is a fun formation to use, but also very, very, very meta, and personally, my favourite formation in FC25. But before we get into that, drop this video a like for me. Drop a comment down below, and if you can please hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So it is the formation you are looking at right on your screen right here. Yes, it is the 4-4-1-1. For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FC25 coins, please go and check out mmoexp.com. Remember to use the code WOLF at the checkout for a massive 8% off your order. Link is down below. Go now. Very similar to the 4-4-2, but a little bit more defensively solid because we have a cam rather than a striker. So without any further ado, let's get into the custom tactic. So remember, YouTube, the code will be the top pinned comment down below in the comment section. So if you want the code, you can literally just type the code in the custom tactics place, and you will copy my custom tactics play for play, bar for bar, instruction for instruction. But if you don't want to do that and you want to watch the whole video, that will also help me out a lot more anyway. But I do like to put the code in just to help you out as well. So on the tactical preset, you are definitely going to want to use custom on that tactical preset 100%. I don't know why anyone would use a FC preset at all. I don't know why you would use that. If any of you actually don't know what that is, that means that you copy the manager's custom tactics that you're using. Again, I don't really know why anyone would want to do that. The formation, of course, is the 4-4-1-1, like just the 4-4-1-1. I think it's the 4-4-1-1 number 2 it's called in game. But anyway, it is very similar to the 4-4-2. 2 central midfielders, a left midfielder, a right midfielder, but then rather than 2 strikers, we do have a cam and then a striker. Very, very, very nice. It's very similar really to the 4-2-1-3, like kind of like that, right? But rather than 2 CDMs, we do have 2 central midfielders. Now, with the build-up style, and you're going to want to listen to me very, very, very carefully here, you are going to have 2 options. Okay, so option number 1, and I did actually say this in Friday's video as well. So option number 1 is the option I use and the option that I think is the best, and that is balanced on the build-up style. Players will vary between forward runs and coming short. The team's transition to the in-possession shape will be steady rather than sudden. I like that. I like to feel like I'm in control of my players in terms of where they're making runs and stuff like that. That's why I like that. But, and there is a but, if you are someone that is struggling defensively, and that could be many of you, it could be hardly any of you that are watching this video, I personally would recommend to use counter. This approach encourages players to get in behind the opposition's defence as the team transitions quickly from defence to attack. And that is very, very, very good and very overpowered. And also, when you lose the ball, your team will actually run back into their defensive shape very, very, very nicely. That is good and definitely a viable option. But me personally, I like to use balance. I like to play an aggressive style of FIFA, score a lot of goals, press my opponent high. So because of that, balanced on the build-up style. And talking about a high press, yes, you are looking at that correctly on your screen. The 95 aggressive defensive approach is what I'm using. I think it is the best line height and defensive approach you can use in this game by a country mile, and absolute landslide. It is so broken, so overpowered. So definitely give that a try. But again, like I said with the build-up style though, if you are someone that is struggling defensively, maybe lower it down to a 70 and a 50. They are both very good options. I really like 50. I really like it because you kind of like, you're not pressing, but you're also not dropping deep. It's very, very, very nice. 70 if you want a little bit of a press. 95 if you really want to press your opponent, be aggressive, score a lot of goals, create a lot of goal scoring opportunities. And also as well, it's super broken, it's super meta. All the pros in the Premier League this weekend will be using that 95 line height, so definitely give it a go. Now, as we get into the player roles, remember player roles can be a little bit specific to what you want. And a big thing that I will say off the bat is you don't need your player to have the plus or plus in the player role. This is something that I've done a lot of experimenting in. I don't think it makes a difference. I really don't. As long as the player can play that position, for example, Omri can play striker, my team of the year Rayton can play left mid, my Salah can play right mid, blah, blah, blah. As long as your player can play in the position you're playing them in, you don't need to worry about having a plus or a plus. So copy these play for play, bar for bar, but there can be a few tweaks which I will tell you about in a minute. So, as we move on to the striker, because we're only playing one striker in the 4-4-1-1, definitely have that striker on advance forward and attack. The bread and butter, really. I don't really think complete is needed or support. Because we're only playing with one striker, I want my striker to be making penetrating runs in behind, but also get involved in the build-up play. The cam, I would say you can change this if you want to, but I think this is the best one you can use in this formation by a country mile. It is shadow striker and attack. Well, you can only use attack on the focus. An attack-minded midfielder who plays in the hole behind the strikers. Their well-timed runs into the box will result in plenty of goal-scoring opportunities. And you will notice if you use shadow striker on your cam in this formation, your cam will actually get a lot of goals and a lot of assists for you. Like, they really will. They will be involved in everything that you play with and use with this formation. So I personally wouldn't change anything with the cam, but if you do, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, the left midfielder and the right midfielder, I don't think you can change this either. I think this is such a necessity when you are using the 4-4-1-1 to really get the left midfielder and the right midfielder involved in the attacking third of the game. And they are both on inside forward and balance. Yes, inside forward and balanced are massively needed, in my humble opinion, in the 4-4-1-1. They were kind of like, you see where that dark green zone is next to the cam and a little bit behind the striker? That is the areas of the pitch that the left midfielder and the right midfielder will occupy. And that is so needed, in my opinion. You will get a lot of angles for finesse shots and travellas playing with your left midfielder and the right midfielder on inside forward. Is definitely a necessity in this formation. Now, them four are non-negotiables, in my opinion, in this formation. But the two midfielders, the two central midfielders, this is where you can tweak it a little bit to your own liking. So me personally, I like to be aggressive, squeeze and press high up the pitch. So I play with both my central midfielders on box to box. Well, balanced is the only way you can use them on the focus, but I play with double box to box on the central midfielders, which means they'll help out in the attack but also help out in the defense. Now, that is quite attacking, so I understand this. If you are someone that does struggle defensively, like I was talking about with the defensive approach and the line height being aggressive, playing one of your midfielders on holding or deep line playmaker and defend is absolutely fine. Like, that is definitely something that you can use. When I was actually evoing my Vieira, I used Vieira on holding, and I did actually concede less goals with it, but I did score less goals. So there is a little bit of a drop off in the attacking phase of play, but I will concede less goals. So like I said, if you're someone that is struggling defensively, maybe give one of your midfielders a holding or a deep line playmaker role and see where you go from there. Now, because of the 4-2-1-3 meta, which is the video I did drop on Friday for you, probably the most meta formation. Well, it's not probably, it is, excuse me, the most meta formation in the game. You, in my humble opinion, cannot use overlapping fullbacks, because if your opponent is using a 4-2-1-3 and your left back or right back goes on the overlap, the left winger of your opponent won't track back. You will lose if you then lose the ball, the left winger or the right winger of your opponent is absolutely free for your opponent to play a through ball through. So you need to use both of your right back and left back on fullback on defend. I don't like using it. I'm quite an aggressive FIFA player. I like to get as many players as I can forward. I like overlapping fullbacks and stuff like that. But with the 4-2-1-3 meta, you just can't really get away with it. And this is coming from me with someone that is, my bread and butter is overlapping fullback. So fullback and defend on both the left back and the right back. Both centre backs, very nice and easy, are just on defender and defend. And then the goalkeeper is then on goalkeeper and balanced. And you see there with the ball, that is how the team lines up in game. I absolutely love the 4-4-1-1. I streamed all of my weekend league games on Twitch. I'm going to try and do that more for you, try and give back a little bit to you, because I don't stream much and I feel like I should, because I've got a lot of loyal people that watch me. I feel a little bit bad, so I did use it in the weekend league this weekend, and there is the code right on your screen right there. So if you did enjoy this video, YouTube, you know what to do. But remember, also the code will be the top pinned comment as well. But yeah, drop this video a like for me, please. Hit that subscribe button to my channel. It's free to do so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One.